Okay, since y'all two are new this year, I thought I'd just give a quick tour of the site just to demonstrate. There's not really much to it. Um, so after you go to the registration link, you should be able to log in from the main login screen. I'm showing you my development environment right now, so this is not the production site. So just type in your username and your password. Your username is going to be your team name, so that's what everyone's going to see when they log into the site. So I have 4 different teams right now, AAB 1 through 4, and this is the main homepage. On the left, this is the current week's games and the lines. So first column is the time of the game, home team, line, away. So home is favored by 3 in each. If you pick away, they would be taking 3 points on each of these games. The only really thing that you can interact with is these 2 text fields here in the middle that says team, team. If you're allowed to pick, you just enter the team code here, so it should match whatever image you see. So if I want to pick San Francisco, I would put SF and then submit. Or if I want to pick Carolina, I would put CAR and then hit submit. So in this example, I'm logged in under the user AAB, and I am the home player this week, so I'm allowed to pick first. There's a bunch of error checking that's done if you try to enter a team. So in the database, I have this first row, Carolina at Seattle. I have this game that started last week. So if I try to enter Carolina, you'll get hit with an error message. If I try to enter Seattle, I'll get hit with an error message. If I pick a valid team, if I say I want to pick Tampa Bay and hit submit, your pick will actually go through. Since I'm on my dev site right now, the email, I don't have a mail server running locally, so that's why you're seeing this email confirmation failed message. But normally, after you enter a pick, you would get an email confirmation of the pick that you made, and then it would also send an email to your opponent for the week saying, you know, your opponent picked this team, you have the opposite spread. So for this guy, I just picked Tampa Bay, so your current chosen pick appears here in the middle, and then picks around the league. This is what everyone else has picked for the current week. Your picks will be highlighted bold on the team column. Let's see, so some other things here. Overall standings, so this is just the overall week-to-week standings. Each team, matchup wins, matchup loss, matchup tie, and the total points. The rankings in the league is just ordered by total points, but in general, if you win more matchups, you're going to have the higher point total because a matchup win is worth the most points on any given week. At the bottom of the middle, there's a Twitter widget, so if you have a Twitter account, you can hashtag BlattLo, BLATTLO, to any of your tweets, and it'll show up on the feed here where everyone can see it. The other page is the stats page that you can get to from the top nav on the right, or there's just a button down here also. It'll show you the process scores or the final scores that have been posted for the week. It'll show you here on the right weekly standings. This is the current week and the number of pick wins, non-pick wins, pick losses, non-pick losses, pick pushes, non-pick pushes, and total points each player has earned for the week. If you scroll down, it's just some general stats about the league and how people are doing. So pick win, pick loss, this is just total pick wins on the season, pick losses on the season. Non-pick win, non-pick loss, so this is total non-pick wins and non-pick losses on the season. And then overall, league-wide, the sum over each. This section here, total points over time, there will be a graph that shows just plotting your points as we progress through the week. Pick type percentage is a table that shows how often you'll pick a home or a favorite versus an underdog versus an even spread. Home team picked percentage will be the % of time you pick a home team, whether it be a favorite or an underdog. average spread taken, so that'll just be the average point spread that you have picked. So you can see if people are wagering more on favorites or they're wagering more on underdogs. Pick record when home, so this will show you your pick win, pick loss record on the season when you are the home player. So when you get to pick first, that'll show you how good you are at picking. Pick record when away, so that'll show you your pick wins, pick losses when you're the away player, when you are second to pick. And then times team picked. This is just the total overall times each team has been picked for the entire season. So in general, since most of the players are in Texas, the Texans are the highest team picked. They're usually going to be the top team overall in the season. Just some other kind of UI things. On the current matchups, at the very top of the table, click here for full season schedule. This is where you can see who you're matched up with every single week. So I'm logged in as user AAB right now. I can see week 1 I'm going to be home against AAB2. Week 2 I'm going to be away versus AAB2. And then this will go through 1 through 18. So week 1 through 17 of the regular season, and then the wild card round is week 18. On the current matchups table here, you can see just every matchup that's going on this week. The little annotation that you see in the upper right is the current overall placeholder that they are in the league. So this is how you can look at the current matchup, and you can see if you're 1, 2, or 3, you're going to have a green number. If you're 4 through the middle, you're going to have a blue number. Or if you're at the bottom, you're going to have a red number. So it's just kind of a little visual representation to see, okay, I can see that the first place guy is playing the second place guy this week, so I should pay attention to how they do against each other, because maybe I can pick a team that neither of them have picked, so that I can kind of get an edge if they push, or if one guy wins or one guy loses or something. So you have to think about kind of how your strategy is going to go and how you want to place against the other players as the league progresses through the weeks. That's pretty much all there is to it. They're really the only thing that you can kind of enter in manually or enter in yourself is just the team pick that you make. Like I said, there's a bunch of error checking. This is the bulk of what the code does on the back end. It just kind of verifies to make sure that the game hasn't started yet, that your opponent hasn't picked a team from that same game, or that you picked the same team, or anything like that. I'm going to switch over to the production. So this is the production site right now. There's nothing in the tables right now. So you can see whatever username that you pick is going to appear as your team name in here. We have 4 people that have registered already. I'm creeping on the come up, so I'm the first one that registered. But that's pretty much it. Just let me know if you have any other questions.